All right, everybody.
Good night, Tokyo. Izmatik.
Woohoo! It's martini time. Okay, I do make good
evening.
martini.
Good
Kanpai.
evening, everyone. Kanpai.
Yes.
All right.
Kanpai.
What are you drinking, guys?
What do you got there, Anna?
I made myself a small pitcher of martini. And I love martinis and I love gin. And actually, I have to brag, but I make the best martinis.
Oh.
Yeah, I do.
Beautiful.
What about you guys? What are you drinking?
I got shochu highball.
Oh, I like shochu.
Yeah,
but
this
then
is
I
my
like
favorite.
alcohol. Jeff, what are you drinking?
Shochu.
Shochu, of
ice,
course.
you know.
Of course. Jeff always drinks shochu. Alcohol time. And what's tonight? Thursday night. Okay, so Thursday night. And next Thursday, we were talking about next Thursday as well. We're going to have a show next Thursday with a very special guest who we will not really reveal until later.
Okay.
Yes.
That's exciting.
But
Yeah.
He was a very, very essential part of making our last EP, which sounds really good.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just leave it at that.
We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
We'll give another hint. He doesn't live in Japan.
Okay. Okay. He's supposed to visit Japan
Right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. But at this situation, nobody can really move.
Yeah, actually, we should be probably recording our full-length album now if things were cool, but they are not.
They are not. Although, having said that, people don't realize that Jeff, before we went live, was just saying that he's finished working on another song.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I just finished a new tune. I haven't finished the ending yet, but it's almost done. But I promised I wasn't going to write any more tunes. But
He did.
there's nothing to do, so I got to crank out something, you know.
Yeah.
That's the thing. He actually said this. Don't you remember, Daisuke? He said,
"Yep,
I'm not going to do any more songs. We've got so many now. I couldn't be. There's no point doing more. Let's just leave it at this and yada yada." And then,
that's true.
Anyway,
there's no
by the time this quarantine thing's over, we're gonna have enough for 4 albums, and
Yeah. 4 albums and 50 million fucking martinis.
Exactly.
Oh, there's a comment.
Uh-oh. Oh,
Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel. Daniel Bader is the drum god on Vault Vein, and if you've heard Vault Vein, then you've heard the drums. You'll be going, holy God. Hi, Daniel.
Daniel.
When are we getting Daniel on the show? When are we going to get Daniel?
Yeah, let's get him. I wanna ask him
I think
about
him.
Yeah.
We have a lot of funny stories about him playing with us, so that would be really fun, I think.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, brilliant stories. Daniel is a drum god. If you have not heard Daniel live, and if you've not heard Daniel, then just Google Daniel Bader and listen to Vault Vein.
Yeah.
Because you'll be like, oh, because I still listen to it going, God damn those fucking drums. Daniel, you fucking rock my fucking world. Love you.
Yeah, and he's also a great keyboard player, and he's also a great bassist and composer in his own right. So I think that's why he can play drums so well,
Yeah.
Okay, nobody is allowed to be that. That's it. Nobody is allowed to be that talented. Daniel, I hate you now. But no, seriously, yours.
Oh.
So Daniel is drinking beer right now with us. That's cool. Cheers, Daniel.
Cheers.
Kanpai.
Daniel. How's your baby? He's a new papa. He had a baby, a cute little baby. Yeah. So we've yet to all meet the cute little baby. But when this is over, we're going to have a big ass party and barbecue. And well, I don't eat meat, so it'll be vegetable barbecue for me. And we're going to have a good time.
We can burn some plants.
Okay. I'm okay with that. I'll make martinis. You can put the olives on the barbecue.
There's a comment. Nina Smith.
That's my sister.
Oh.
Hello. Yeah.
Hey, Nina.
She's joining us tonight because she
Hi,
knows
Nina.
that she's so happy right now. I can feel it. She knows that you guys are going to ask me questions and about my musical journey. And the actual, we were talking the other night, you guys, that one of the first things that I remember was actually when I was with my sister. So she's joining us tonight.
Cool.
Hi, Nina. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's get into that. Yeah, because we were talking like we should maybe talk about all of our histories and how we got into playing music and stuff. And I figure, yeah, we should start with Anna because you are the newest member and you're the front lady of the
vocalist.
band.
Yes.
Yeah. So
yes, the vocalist is the most important. Okay, we're not the most important, but we like to think we are. So you know.
Yeah, God's girlfriend.
Nice. Oh, not God's girlfriend.
Anywho, right?
Okay.
God's a woman, though, right?
Well, okay. This is a whole other conversation.
I'm joking. I don't know.
God.
Anywho, so how did you get into music? And
How did I get into music? Okay, well, see, now this is the part that my sister will be going, ah! So I have a sister, hi Nina, and she's older than me. And when I was spat out from my mother, my sister was already like studying music and she was playing the piano accordion. My parents are Italian, you know, piano accordion is pretty much going to happen to the eldest child. And then she started studying piano. Yeah, I don't know what to do. And then she started studying piano. So when I was born, I don't remember a moment without music, basically. She was playing, my father was singing in church and she was playing piano, accordion and piano. So there was always like music, like from the second I was a baby and I was like sitting at the piano and playing stuff before I started lessons. I started lessons when I was 5, classical piano. And I used to go to the music conservatory to do exams and stuff. So yeah, I was classically trained and there was always music in my world. I don't know, but it's just, I always started to follow, like, I had to study piano and my parents made me, but I would hear songs on the radio and just be completely intrigued. And one of my first memories is my sister pushing me in a pram and I was singing along to a song and she's like, why do you like this song? And I'm like, I don't know, I just like it. And it was just like stuck in my brain and it wasn't that I liked music because she liked stuff or my parents liked stuff. It was just I would listen to stuff and just love it on my own, and it was sort of like really strong memories. And my early memories are always to do with music, and it was just this really, I don't know, it was kind of strange. I think you guys probably have similar stories. I think when you're a musician, you probably have these stories that you can't quite make sense of. The music was just kind of always there, and you don't ever remember a time that there wasn't music. So I don't know. Yeah. So that was the beginnings, the seeds, the little beginnings. But classical, yeah. And I turned into a metal bitch. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, how you ended up like metal vocalist.
I know, it's crazy, right?
When was first time listened to metal music, and which album or what artist was that?
Oh God, that's
a good question.
Oh jeez. I mean, I don't even remember like a first time. I just remember like this journey of listening, like when I was a kid, finding Slade and Ozzy and stuff, and just going, oh, this is great. And just I used to be a rock keyboard player in Australia, and I played a couple of the big festivals with my band. And I never thought I wanted to be a singer because I used to think, I would never want to be a singer. I mean, if you're sick, you can't sing, and if you just can't do anything. I'm just happy to be behind my keyboard and play. By the way, I sucked as a keyboard player. It just wasn't good at all, really. No, seriously, really. But I don't know what it was. I always wanted to be able to sing, but I would open my mouth and sound like a girl, and I hated that. I didn't want to sound like a girl. I wanted to sound like Ronnie James Dio. I wanted to sound like Robert Plant. I wanted to sound like these amazing vocalists, and it would come out and sound like a girl. And I thought, I never want to sing. So I just used to sing at home, and I used to sing and sing and sing and sing. And then one day I started singing, and people said, "Wow, you sound good." I'm like, "Oh,
nice."
Yeah.
I know what it is.
I can tell you, like, when you scream "Eye in the sky," when that comes in every single time, I'm like, "Ugh." So, you don't sound like a girl there.
It's so weird. It's like
Yeah.
I ended up. I think the thing is, I just used to sing all the time, like nonstop at home by myself, and in my head, I know how I wanted to sound. But I wouldn't listen to myself. I just cranked the music. This is in Australia where you could do that. And you crank the stereo up so loud that the windows are like shaking kind of thing. And then just sing as loud as you want. And it didn't matter. And I used to just sing. But I used to like play keyboards and never sing. But like alone I would sing. And I knew how I wanted to sound. And I wanted to sound like Dio. And I wanted to sound like Ian Gillan. And all these great musicians that I just used to hear and think, oh my God, how the hell does he do that? That's incredible. Like Ian Gillan, Child in Time. I mean, that song used to just bewitch me. And I think, how the fuck? I'll never be able to do that. And now I can. It's weird. Like, I think if you really want something and you can imagine it, you can definitely make it happen. I can't believe sometimes when I hear myself, I think, oh my God, I don't sound like a girl.
I think like, probably, yeah. You sang enough by yourself, and your confidence grew, and you're like, screw it, I can just do this in front of people, right? Maybe.
Yeah, and a lot of live. I mean, a lot of live. Every time I have to go into a studio to do something for like a TV commercial or game company, the sound engineer always, you have to do like the first take, so he gets a level. He always people in the other part of the booth always like step away and go, oh. And one guy said to me, you do a lot of live, don't you? I'm like, yeah, I do. It's like, wow, your voice. Yeah, I'm, how like I'm, right? Yeah. It takes a lot of live work to be able to work it and push it and know how to use the diaphragm and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think the live work has been invaluable, obviously, to be a metal singer. Yeah, you kind of have to pay your dues like that. So yeah.
Me and Jeff doing this project for quite a long time, and that was a period like we don't have any vocalists, and Jeff, someday Jeff just told me, we've got the new vocalist, and I was like, who's that? And she is, and he started. So wait a minute, she female?
Yeah.
That's for progressive metal band, this project, Are you sure? And yeah, amazing.
Right. Yeah, I didn't expect that either, but a mutual friend of ours invited us to go see them live, and that's where I met Anna, and I just saw her sing, and I was like, man, she's got a range and power. And I'm gonna send her music and see what she does, and then I liked what I got back. I was like, okay, I can work with this, and then and we were doing instrumental forever, and I don't know, it's like
hearing your
the
instrumental
stuff is fun, but it's like it's much more fun with a singer,
Yeah.
I mean, Jeff, you write the lyrics, so you want your lyrics to be sung. I mean, as a writer, that is, doing like the whole thing, the melody, the vocal melody and the lyrics. I mean, to not have that as part of the song that you've written, you're missing half the song. So, right. You obviously, as the composer, you're going to want somebody to be able to do that. But when I heard your stuff the first time, when I saw you, I think on Instagram, like playing just the instrumental, and I thought, oh, it's progressive metal. Where the fuck have these guys been all my life? Oh no, seriously, progressive metal. What the fuck? I mean, I'm a prog head. I have tattoos to prove it. Like Opeth on my back. Oh, okay, Opeth. Like, Opeth.
Yeah, Opeth is awesome.
Oh.
Gillen.
Oh my God. I mean, I am a prog head. So when I heard these guys, I'm like, oh, I might be in heaven right now. So then I mailed him. I'm like, so you want to sing it? He's like, yeah. I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. So happy.
Nice.
Noise, mate.
Yeah.
Noise. Nice. Yeah, no, it's definitely an interesting journey doing Jeff stuff with you guys, because when Jeff sent it to me and I started singing it, even though it's like, you know, progressive metal, it feels kind of effortless to sing for me. So I think it's like a really good match for my voice. And it feels, when I'm singing, it actually feels effortless. It's easier to sing this for me than to sing like covers that would be actually technically easier to do, but this feels effortless. It's just this really interesting, like, wow, this feels like it's meant, my voice was meant to go there, and with your melodies, and yeah, it's kind of this interesting.
It could be the fact that, you know, like kind of we're all making these parts together. I mean, yes, I technically write the melody and the lyrics, but you know, I always try to, you know, let you do what you want with it. You know what I mean? So if something that I create is not quite jiving, you know, like I'm like, what would a singer do? You know, that's what I always ask, you know, and I always ask Daisuke, like, what would a guitar player do in this situation? Because, you know, I mean, I know about music and harmony and stuff, but like, I don't necessarily know what the human voice is capable of, or like how to pick like guitar, because I usually play with my fingers and stuff. So yeah, you know, I just leave it to the experts. So maybe that's why it's easy, like it sounds natural for you, or it's easier for you.
It does feel natural to sing the stuff. It actually feels extremely natural. And yeah, like, I mean, yeah, your explanation obviously makes a lot of sense. But do you remember when you first started sending me some of the stuff, and you sent me just the music, like the instrumental, and I said, do you need somebody to write the melody? And you said, no, it's okay, because I've got the melody for it. And I'd actually gotten the melody in my head for one of the songs, and then you sent me the melody, and it was almost the freaking same. And I'm like, okay, no,
really?
This is kind of spooky. Like,
That's interesting.
it was like, it was like really, sort of really meant, I don't know, meant to be or meant to happen.
Yeah, we've kind of had a lot of those like serendipitous moments, you know, like throughout the band's history so far. I mean, we've had a lot of like cool little things happen where it's like, oh, that makes sense, you know.
Right. Yeah, I love that. It feels organic and natural, and I really like the feeling of it. And you know, you guys are like awesome to drink with, so that's always my go. If they can drink with me, I'm happy. Yeah, she'll be right.
We can hang. Yeah.
And by the way, Jeff always mocks my Australian accent.
I do not.
He does. Yeah, fair dinkum, mate. Yeah, he does.
Fair dinkum.
Yeah. We were giving Daisuke a crash course on Aussie lingo, because Jeff actually spent a lot of time in Niseko, which is like the in Hokkaido, it's the snow capital for Aussies. So there's a ton of Aussies every year that go to Niseko every December, January, February. So Jeff has seen heaps of fucking Aussies.
Yeah, heaps.
Heaps. There's heaps of us. And we were like filling Daisuke in on Aussie lingo, and Daisuke's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I also like I was doing cruise ships like before I came to Japan, and yeah, a lot of the musicians on the cruise ship were Australian as well. So I got to hear a lot of that stuff when I was coming up. Yeah.
Aussie, oi, oi,
awesome people.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we're
all right.
Alcoholics, the whole fucking lot of us. Yeah, mate, she'll be right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We're gonna have short break and still, you know, continue this Izmatik show. This is episode 2, and yeah, just maybe a 1 minute, 2 minute. So stay, and yeah, we'll be back soon. Okay.
Volt vein.
Volt vein. Volt vein.
Volt vein.
Volt vein.
Volt vein. Volt vein. Volt vein.
Eye in the sky, the one
Okay, I think we can come back.
Ooh.
Hey.
Hey, oh. Meow. We're both drawing faces. Okay,
taking notes.
taking,
Serious business here.
Of course, always. I'm on my third martini and the world is good. And actually, I had a really fun day today. What'd you guys do? Come on, tell me your all. Jeff, what did you have? How many kilometers?
Right, well, today was probably, I don't know, a 7 kilometer today.
Ooh, only 7
less,
kilometers.
10?
What?
12? 11. 15 kilometers today.
Wow.
Sorry.
Yeah, random fucking numbers like 10.
Well, you know, like I'm getting orders from the control room, like saying that's fake news. So
I get it. All right, okay, all right.
yeah, 15,
So you walk-
15 today.
You walk every day?
And
Wow.
every day, pretty
Wow.
much every day. If it's raining, I don't go out. You know,
Right,
'cause
right.
I'm a
Okay.
wuss.
Can I just say to Alberto right now, he does eat. He just walks his freaking ass off. He walks his skinny goddamn ass off.
That's right. And you know, like my ancestry is Irish. There's a lot of like lanky, skinny dudes from Ireland, and I got that body structure, so I can drink. And
Hollow legs. We say hollow
Yeah.
legs.
hollow legs, so
Hollow
it's all
legs.
good.
Yeah. Yeah, I walked actually. Well, I didn't walk as much as you, and I walked yesterday about, I don't know, 7, 8 kilometers, and today probably around the same. I try to walk. I love walking. It clears your head and gives you clarity, and things come to you and inspiration, and plus you can listen to music, right? So you're walking.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I've actually learned all your stuff walking. That's how I've learned all Izmatik stuff. Like actually walking, it's just walking and listening and learning and rewinding and going back and going, you know, I might have been singing it a few times out loud and gotten some weird looks from people, but
Yeah, I do the same thing. Like especially when I'm writing lyrics, you know, I'll purposely go the long way, you know, like 5 kilos out of my way, so I can keep repeating the song in my head and then jot down some ideas.
Right.
You know what I mean? And just
Right.
keep it going. It's important to clear your
it is,
Yeah.
yes, and
Yeah,
it gives you some clarity. There was this beautiful saying that said, God, what was it? Angels whispered to those who walk. Something like that. I'm paraphrasing. But angels whisper to those who walk, something like that. Yeah, so that you get clarity. Have you heard that?
It's angels. I thought it was the voices in my head. I thought it was the voices because I forgot to take my medication. But no, okay.
Yeah,
So
I get that. The
how about
voices
you
in your
guys? Yeah.
Daisuke, how much do you walk?
多分 I guess
He's trying to
six,
find a way out of
I
it.
guess about 6 kilometers, but I didn't go walk today. I was just you know, setting up all this you know, between the set
Great.
movie stuff and setting up stuff, so I
Right.
couldn't go today. But yeah, you know, like just stay in my room and try to, you know, make a new idea, come up with a new idea is impossible. So I gotta
Exactly.
just go out and, you know, walk. And
Get those angel whispers.
Mm.
Absolutely. I mean, a freaking, oh my God, it's like magic, actually. Like just when you think, man, it's that moment where you just let go and you're not focusing on anything and the movement of your body and stuff. Plus, listening to music when you're walking is the best. I have favorite walking songs that change every couple of days, and sometimes I'm just on a loop with them. What was the one
Nice.
today?
Like
Yeah,
making
it's
a
awesome.
walking playlist, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was so cool. Oh my God, I love it. Today was Heart and Hand by Opeth.
Opeth rocks. Love them.
How does anybody not love Opeth? Oh, yeah.
I just have
Highly
you know,
recommend. Yeah.
Apple Music, so I just you know, randomly shuffle and, you know,
Okay.
yeah, I like to hear my, you know, listen to my favorite stuff, but it's same time like always chance to meet new music, you know. So
Right.
I just
Right.
you know, turn the shuffle.
Right.
Most of the time on my daily commute or whatever I'm doing, I don't have Apple Music membership, but I do. I have tons of music on my phone, so
Right.
I just like put iTunes shuffle and then see what. Oh man, that hasn't come on for months. You know, I haven't listened to the song in months, and then sometimes it'll be something that I totally don't want to listen to because I have a lot of stuff on there that's kind of like super moody or you know, like it's like, well, I'm totally not in the mood for that right now. But back to walking, like I'm such a nerd that like I will like if I'm feeling really good that day, or if I'm like on a mission, like okay, I gotta go buy toothpaste, you know, and I'm in a hurry, you know, and like or whatever, or like razors or something, you know. And I'll figure out what BPM, like how many beats per minute am I walking, and like and then super nerdy. And then a song is playing on my headphones, and it's like driving, and it's like totally driving me along. Like I'm like listening to something like Pantera or something. I'm like, oh dude, like nothing's gonna stop me today. And I seriously take a note of the BPM. How many beats per minute is that?
Oh yeah, no, you've hit the top nerd level of all of us.
Like, so nerdy. But some of the songs that we play are because of as a result. Like okay, it's not 140, it's 141.0042 or something like. I'm seriously that nerdy.
Yeah, sometimes on your chart, you know, Jeff gave me a chart and tempo it says like 142.005555.
Yeah.
Like that,
you're like, what the fuck? Where the fuck is this guy? What the fuck is he with his new?
It's got to be right. It's got to be right. If there wasn't for the 0.32 x2b, that it would be wrong.
Okay, so people that are watching right now, we're a prog band, which means we're progressive, which means we're a bunch of fucking nerds. I know we may not look like nerds. Okay, maybe they look like nerds. I don't look like a nerd. Maybe I look like a nerd. I don't fucking know. Anyway,
you don't look like a nerd. I definitely look like a nerd.
I'm a metal bitch. I don't look like a fucking nerd. I'm not a fucking nerd, mate. You're a fucking nerd. Anyway,
I'll put my hat on backwards. Maybe that's going to be cool.
Yeah,
am I one of the cool?
You have cat ears on your fucking hat. Well, see, I'm the crazy cat lady, so technically I should be a nerd. However, the whole progressive thing is very, very nerdy, and progressive music is usually for nerds and musicians. So, but we are musicians, and our fans are musicians and musician-y nerds. But I really love that a lot of people that have seen us live came up and said to me after, I didn't think I was going to like you guys because your, class is like metal or progressive metal, and I'm not into progressive metal and I'm not into metal, but I really like what you guys are doing. I thought that was such a great comment, and it's happened so many times now when we've done the live that it felt really good that people would actually give us the time of day and sit there and listen, or stand there, in most cases, stand there and listen, and actually really like it and give it a good listening to and think, okay, I can deal with this. This is cool. This is not the typical.
Yeah, I was really, really surprised that, a couple of times we played at the Dickens, and of course, that audience is very, very diverse. As far as their taste in music, some people are like blues heads, or like they like jam bands and stuff like that.
Right.
And I was really surprised. Like the people that showed up, they were like, "Wow, this is heavy metal, but it's not." And it's and I always got the word organic. You know what I mean? Which is, I totally want that. I never wanted to sound like a machine type. Clicky bass drums and like super tight precision. Like just everybody's like exactly. You know what I mean? Like. I love well, I love like bands like Meshuggah or Animals as Leaders and stuff like that.
I love Meshuggah, but I love Animals as Leaders. Oh.
They're so great, but they're so precise and and that's like super, super heavy progressive metal. Right. And I want to go down that as far as I can, but I don't want to be that necessarily, if that makes any sense. I still want to have like a jammy aspect to the music. Organic and woody type of sound, if that makes any sense.
We're always going to be thinking while we're playing. And then I'm going to be counting going, I think I fucking missed it. And then I'll be looking at him going, which is what happens to me quite often with Jeff Curry's music. I have to actually count.
I just and go. You know.
It's like, okay, God, he's just got into like 5/4 from fucking 6/8. What the fuck's he doing? Oh,
yeah.
God.
And sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard for me to give cues because I'm just concentrating on my own part so much that
your part is already hard enough, and then still you gotta lead the band. You know,
you
give
can't
us a
do
cue.
it.
It's really hard. Yeah.
But it's fun. It's fun. It's one of those things. Like once you get used to it, kind of like that's why I kind of practice this stuff every day. So because
oh my God,
I want like when the time that we by the time that we play, like I seriously don't want to think about what my fingers are doing. I want them to do, you know, and I want to on the
fingers on autopilot.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I mean, I don't want to sit there and be like, oh God, what part is coming up next? I'm not really sure, you know. I want it to be like totally, I'm not thinking at all. And I can just look at the person like, wow, that person's kind of dressed funny or something, you know. You know what I mean? Like
I do that all the time actually. My mouth is kind of on autopilot and I'm looking at people don't realize this, and I don't know if I should be admitting this right now live, but I actually see everything that's happening in the audience while I'm singing. Everything. Like every guy trying to pick up a chick, seriously, everything. I'm aware of all of it. It's like I'm singing and people think I'm just like getting into the thing, which I am, but I'm actually aware of everything that's happening in the audience, but only at places that are like I can see the audience. When we do like live houses and stuff, and it's like the lights are like right in our faces, and you can't. But I can't see it obviously because
those kind of live house. There's not much going on. I mean, like I like playing the dive bars better than.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
You know, what I mean? It's so much more fun to watch.
The people,
and then while you're playing, and people let loose more, man. They come up to the stage and they start moving, and like some of the footage that you got, Daisuke, from the Dickens shows is so awesome. Like people are just totally grooving out to progressive metal, and I'm like, what? I seriously thought if they heard us, they would totally like back up to the bar and just be like this.
Right.
I really felt like that's what they were going to do, but that was
especially because it's original. Because usually, like at What the Dickens, it's always covers. They don't take original music at all. So it's just more like a live place, and it's a pub, and you've got like the band that is sometimes a background band.
They expect you to play pub rock and like songs that people know. Yeah.
So like the times that we've played, I kind of figured that like. No one's going to actually give a rat's ass, or as a famous Aussie comedian would say, a rodent's rectum, because, we're original, so they've never heard this shit before, right? So they're going to be going, huh? But they didn't. They're all like at the front dancing and freaking out.
Yeah, they dig it. Yeah. So I showed the people between the sets something from recording stuff and Dickens footage. So, yeah. It was so many people like really.
Yeah, I watched it actually.
Cool.
Yeah. I think that there are a lot more prog heads out there than we realize, and actually, I think that Tokyo is a little bit starved for prog metal. To be fair, because I'm a big prog head, and I like my prog. Okay, my cat is going to go in and say.
There we go.
I'm a black metal chick with a black cat.
Special guest.
Oh, special guest. Okay, wait.
So
here we go.
Next week we gonna have our third episode, Jeff.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, should do it.
Yeah.
She's like, mommy's into black metal, and I'm a black metal kitty. Look at her face. She's like, she's like, no, mommy, stop it. Actually, I got to tell you, I rehearse here during the day. On most days, I would scream. I'll do my vocal exercises. Then I'll like spend another for like half an hour. Then I'll spend another like at least half an hour. I try to just sing like Dream Theater stuff, or like Jeff stuff, or like just like bang it out there and like put it out because my voice needs to get used to it and to do it every day. Otherwise, it gets weird and I can't do it. And I've got to tell you, the cats are really good about it. They're like, okay, we're used to this. And I mean,
they don't hide under the bed or anything.
No, in fact, she's in. I'm in like the closet room. I call it the closet room where my clothes are, and the cat toilets are underneath. And she sleeps in there a lot of the time, and she's like right up next to me, and I've kind of soundproofed the walls. And she's like right up next to me, and I'm like belting out like freaking, akadaka and stuff. And she's just like, she just looks at me and goes, okay, Bill, shush.
Yeah, by the way, for the rest of the world that doesn't know what akadaka is, that's Australian for AC/DC.
Yeah, mate. Fucking akadaka, mate. Yeah. AC/DC. Yeah.
Yonks.
We were teaching him.
I haven't heard akadaka and like yonks, mate.
I haven't heard akadaka and yonks, mate. Fucking, don't give a fucking road and trick them, mate. Yeah. Okay. I had to get a cut in there somewhere. I mean, come on, I'm Aussie. And Kiki's like, let me go now. Let me go, please let me go. Okay, Jeff, sorry, you were talking about next week's special guest. We're going to reveal the big reveal next week's special guest. And it's not Kiki. This is Kiki, by the way. It's not Kiki. But, okay, go on. Stop meowing again. And
so we're gonna tell people who the special guest is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay. Well, he is the guy who engineered and mastered our album, and he's a pretty high-profile dude. He's engineered a lot of stuff for Steve Vai.
Steve Vai.
And yeah, and he's on point. He's a total pro. He's
Mr. Big. Paul Gilbert.
Yeah. Paul Gilbert. Yeah, he's one of the biggest pros that I've ever worked with in my career. So super happy. So yeah, we're gonna have Mr. Enrico.
Kiko.
How do you say his last name? I can't say his last name.
Okay. I have to look at his last name.
That's the Lego.
Enrico. Okay.
You're the Italian here.
Cesselego. If I got it wrong, mi scusi. Cesselego.
So Enrico. Kiko is his nickname.
Yeah.
Kiko.
And Cesselego.
And
he's a killing professional, and he's straight to the point and just he works like magic, man. So
he does. And I've got to tell you, the best thing about Enrico for me is that he's just the loveliest person in the world.
Yeah, he has no.
Super nice guy.
No ego. Like, even though he's worked with all these high profile stuff, he doesn't talk down to you. He just tries to help you.
Yes.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
We love you, Enrico. If you're watching now, he said he had a meeting tonight, actually, but we're not sure if he's watching right now. But he is going to be on next week. So we have Enrico, Steve Vai, and Paul Gilbert, sound engineer, and our sound engineer. Don't you love it? And when we record our next tracks, he's going to be recording us, which means he's going to be recording me, which means I'm so freaking happy. Because vocalists, mate, fucking what the fuck? Because vocalists, we have like a terrible reputation of being divas. Yeah, we are, right? But I mean, for a reason, especially when you're in the studio, you want somebody who gets it. When you open your mouth and you go, you want somebody that just automatically adjusts and gives you the right sound in your headphones and stuff like that. And if you don't get that, it's really fucking frustrating. But I know Enrico will get it, and I'm super excited.
Yeah. He does the job super fast, that's really impressed. Like during a recording session, he's like, okay, let's, set up the amp, and, he's, started to mic, and, what do you want to hear, the reverb or delay, like that. Every process he's super fast. And after we sent it to him, the track, the first mix was also fast. So
you did this with Alberto, the other guitarist. For people that don't know, Alberto Garcia. Oh, we love you, Alberto Garcia. I got the jazz hands happening because I'm around too many jazz people right now. Yes, hands. I'm kidding. So Alberto.
Alberto.
Alberto. I've got the hand. I've got the Italian
Yeah,
hand. It is Alberto. Che cazzo. Okay, no, but Alberto is from Spain, not from Italy. So you and Alberto have done a recording with Enrico before, right? Is that right?
Yes. For Alberto's his project, he wrote a song, and I joined it. And Mike Marrington was a drummer.
I
And
love Mike.
two other Japanese, bass player, my friend of mine, Jun Ishida, and also Kei Hayashi. He's a great vocalist and also great pianist. So, yeah.
Wow.
5 people. Yeah, I think we did only one song on that day, but yeah, that was a great session.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can imagine.
That's right. I remember watching the video to that session, and the sound quality was so good. The performance was so good.
Yeah, studio
And I
was
was like,
in
man,
Dede
I thought-
Ikebukuro.
Yeah.
The recording studio.
Day. Yeah. Yeah. And I was super impressed, and so like I talked to both Daisuke and Alberto. Was like, hey, who was on that session? And of course they said Enrico. And then we started working with Anna, and then it was like Enrico came up and over again. So it was like, okay,
that was a weird.
this
That's
guy.
another weird. Like that's another weird.
He knows everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, that's another like level of serendipity right there. I mean,
Yeah. So it only made.
Sorry, you're breaking up.
I think Jeff is
Oh,
kind of
Jeff?
slow right now. The Wi-Fi thing. I think everybody for us, we're having trouble the internet and try to get the fast.
Yeah.
You've got a super like Dr. Roboto voice. What was that song? Dr. Roboto. No, Mr. Roboto.
なんだろ
What the fuck was that song? Thank you very much. No, God, Mr. Roboto.
う。
Okay.
わからない。I don't know. I don't know what that is.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, well, he's got a voice.
Domo arigato.
Domo arigato.
Roboto.
Roboto. That's it. Okay, I knew it had something to do with Japan and something to do with
Yeah, Devo.
Devo. Oh, Daisuke's like, what the fuck?
I don't.
Okay,
I don't even
our
know.
brains are crazy. Yeah. Okay, so I remember that song. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. Oh, we've lost Jeff. Jeff has left the freaking building.
なるほど。
We have lost Jeff.
Yeah.
But we have
Like
Daisuke
last
in the
time.
house.
Like last time.
Like last time.
Always he just, suddenly left the room and
Disappears. Whoosh. Gone. Really gone.
I think this means like we gotta stop our stream today for today.
Okay, but
Yeah.
you know what? He's going to pop back in because remember what he did when we did this last time? We lost him and then we stopped.
Stop
And then
streaming.
And then he popped back in.
He's back. right.
Yeah. Okay, let's give him another minute.
Okay.
30
Okay.
2 minutes. Okay, 60 seconds.
Okay. Yeah.
60. Okay, 120 seconds.
Yeah. Well, just in case, thank you everybody for tonight joining us, and we're gonna do next Thursday. I think same time, right? Like 10 p.m.
Tokyo time.
Yeah.
9 p.m. Perth time. God only knows what time in Europe. I guess that's like what time in Europe? 3 in the afternoon in Italy? Yeah, 3 in the afternoon, I think, in Italy and, Italy and Europe, right? America, I don't know. I can't do the math for America. Like you guys are like so way behind. It's an echo. Behind. Who the fuck knows this shit, right? 10 o'clock next Thursday with Enrico.
With Enrico.
Kiko, we love you. Kiko will be here and he's going to talk about all sorts of exciting things, including.
Yeah, I'm so interested. What was going on behind the recording because we just recorded and sent him a track and all the magic has happened after that. So I want to know what's going on there.
That's it, isn't it? That's the way it happens. Like we think we've done our part, and then suddenly, we've gotten the track back, and it's like, oh wow, he did. Wait, what did he do? And there are certain parts actually I want to ask him when we talk to him. I think it was in War Criminal. There were like a few parts that sort of echoed back, and we were talking about that last time, you and I and Jeff. Right. And I don't remember saying that I wanted to do that, and Jeff doesn't remember it. So I think Enrico specifically did it on his own, but I love what he did. So that was really super cool. So we're going to ask him that next Thursday. I'm going to remember. I'm going to make a list of questions. We're going to bombard him with questions, and he'll be like, "Oh, wish I'd never met these bitches." Like, what the fuck?
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
A bunch of questions. Okay, I don't think Jeff is coming back. So, Daisuke, anything you want to say before we abscond?
Wait a minute. Jeff is back.
Jeff is back.
Okay. Okay, let's get him back, and we're gonna say goodbye to people. Okay.
Hit the sack.
Jeff is back. Can you hear Jeff? Okay. Thank you, everybody. Good night. See you next time.
We're gonna see you next Thursday.
Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I can hear everybody. Everything's cool.
Okay.
Okay. Are we leaving?
I don't know what happened.
Okay. Anyway, we're gonna say goodbye to people.
Okay.
Good night.
What?
Next time.
What?